Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about a particular type of narcissistic person, the alcoholic narcissistic person. This is the narcissist who uses alcohol as the scapegoat, as the excuse and the justification of their chaotic, destructive behaviors in life. This is by far one of the most dangerous narcissists that you could be dealing with. Let's talk about why. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, before I do continue, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I take telephone calls and video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. Also, the Royal We private membership is available for you, where you can get daily support by me and a growing community of people around the world. There's a workout program for you. There is weekly fellowship, and so much more, all in the privacy of a members-only app. So head on down there, check out the Royal We private membership. I would love to see you there. Now, let's talk about the most dangerous narcissists, one of the most dangerous narcissists that you can deal with, and that's the alcoholic narcissist. Simply put, it's just another covert narcissist. A covert narcissist that utilizes alcohol as a crutch, as an excuse to justify their chaotic, destructive behavior in life. Their bad habits and their patterns. They desperately want you to believe that alcohol is the reason for their rage. Alcohol is the reason for their lashing out. Alcohol is the reason for their destructive, chaotic behaviors. But it's not. Narcissism is the reason for their chaotic behaviors. It's internal. Alcohol is merely a cover, and it's a clever one. It's clever because to a narcissist, alcohol is just another tool in their arsenal of things to distract you, things to manipulate you with. Alcohol becomes an easy thing to blame. And here's what it does. As they blame alcohol for their rage and for their bad behavior and for the destruction and the chaos and the turmoil that they cause in their own lives and the lives of other people, it causes you to fall into this place of, oh, if I could just help them get over the alcohol, I'll have this different person. This plays right into what a covert narcissistic person wants. It gets you to believe that they're not to blame, it's the alcohol. If it weren't for the alcohol, if you could just get rid of the alcohol, then you'll have this perfectly complete person. But it does something else too. Even worse than that. It causes you to empathize with them. It pulls on your compassion strings. You start to feel sorry for them. Oh, they struggle with alcohol. They wrestle with alcohol. The poor thing. I have to save them. Do you see how this is almost the perfect tool in a narcissistic person's arsenal to use against you? They've got you trapped. They have you trapped believing that, number one, if it wasn't for the alcohol, you'd have this great, fantastic person. And number two, you should feel sorry for them because they have this disease or this problem called alcoholism. And therefore, they need you to just be loving and supportive and kind and just be there for them and endure their chaos, endure their destructive behaviors. Let's all be clear about something. Many people in the world drink, but not everybody who drinks displays such chaotic, destructive, narcissistic behaviors. Many people who drink, and I've been around many of them, and I've probably fallen into the same category when I had drinks. Many people are happy, positive, want to spread cheer, want to spread joy, want to spread dance, want to spread laughter. But not the narcissistic people. And so for them to cause you to believe that the alcohol is the reason for their destructive, chaotic behavior, you can now start to see just how ridiculous that is. The sad part about this is that you start to believe it. You truly start to believe that alcohol is to blame. You forget that many people all over the world drink and not everybody rage as a consequence of it. You start to really, truly believe that alcohol is a problem. This might even make you stop drinking and stop enjoying a couple drinks here and there because you're looking at a person who lashes out, acts with evil intent, and you're looking at that saying, that's what alcohol does. I'm here to tell you right now, that is not what alcohol does. Now, granted, we all know that it's not necessarily good for you to drink alcohol. Yes, it's going to make you slur your words and stumble about and fall on your face like it says in the Bible. However, It also says in the Bible that Jesus turned water into wine. My point is, don't allow a narcissistic person full of rage and bitterness and anger, who happens to have found the perfect scapegoat, alcohol. Blame it on the wine. Blame it on the beverage. Blame it on the drink. Don't allow that person to rob something that you could enjoy responsibly. Because alcohol does not create narcissism. What makes the alcoholic narcissist so dangerous is that they utilize alcohol as just a smokescreen. It's a distraction. They want you to pay attention to the alcohol instead of their true narcissistic nature. It's their narcissistic nature that causes them to rage and lash out and be hateful and be bitter, not the alcohol. And I promise you this, if you were to take the alcohol out of the situation, it would be something else. They would blame it on you. They would blame it on their job. They would blame it on traffic. Narcissistic people in this world are looking for anything to blame. I've heard ridiculous things. I have heard people tell me that they said their spouse was hit in the head playing football, and as a consequence, they became angry and violent. I myself am an athlete. I've been hit in the head many times. One thing that I have never experienced is the desire to intentionally be cruel or mean or lash out at people, particularly for no reason, and blame it on the fact that I played football in high school and hit my head. It is some of the lamest things that we have allowed narcissistic people to get away with for centuries. The excuses that we have allowed narcissistic people to have, whether it's they were hit in the head, whether it was a rough upbringing, whether it was the alcohol or the drugs or the smoking marijuana. And I've heard all of that. I've heard cruel, mean, narcissistic people say, oh, it's the drugs that fried my brain. Just another excuse. I've heard narcissistic people say, oh, it was my upbringing. Just another excuse. Do you see the pattern of narcissistic people in society? They will point the finger at anything. If it's not alcohol, it's going to be their upbringing. If it's not their upbringing, it's going to be drugs. If it's not drugs, it's that they got hit in the head playing football in high school. Whatever stupid excuse they could come up with, this is what makes it dangerous. Because you can never take away the substance that you believe is causing the problems, because there will just be another substance in its place. Chances are you stay with a narcissistic person who's an alcoholic and you get them to stop drinking, they're even going to be more rageful towards you because they're going to accuse you of changing them. They're going to accuse you of robbing them of what they enjoy in life. Then you will become their scapegoat. You will become the perfect reason for their rage. This is why the alcoholic narcissist is the most dangerous of covert narcissists, because they're just covering their covert narcissism. So what can you do? First of all, recognize the pattern. Don't get involved with anybody who is a rageful, belligerent drunk, because what you'll be dealing with is a narcissistic person who uses alcohol as an excuse, as a crutch, as a scapegoat to cover for their rage. Simply understand the truth that narcissism, rage, anger, violence, hostility, it's an internal problem. It's inside of the person. No substance gives that to a person. No alcohol, no drugs makes that, creates that. That is already the nature of the individual. That is already the narcissist. That's the first thing that you should know. The second thing for you to know is that it's not your fault. You are not responsible for anybody's behavior, whether they are drinking or not. Anybody who comes at you ragefully, aggressively, putting you down, criticizing you, demeaning you, devaluing you, whether they're drunk, whether they're sober, it matters not. They are narcissistic, and your only responsibility is to acknowledge that and that it has nothing to do with you. You didn't create that. It's not your problem. Therefore, you should not stand around and be involved in a relationship where you have to face this, where you have to deal with this. It's not your responsibility. It's theirs. So you should leave the relationship, especially if it threatens your peace and your safety. Remember, above all things, stay aware, stay strong, and protect your peace of mind. No matter what type of narcissistic person you're dealing with, it doesn't matter if they're an alcoholic or come from a rough background. Protect your peace, stay aware, and stay strong. I'll be back with more videos for you. If you're brand new to The Royal We, be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future Royal We content. This is the only way that this message gets spread. So be a part in spreading this very important message. Like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, in the description box, you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with me. You can also join the private membership. And I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We. Head on down to the description box right now. That's where all the good stuff is.